Hello, happy Sunday, everyone. I have a little friend that wants to say hello. Hello. He's looking at me like, what are you doing to me and with me? Again, thank you all. Lisa, big thank you to you for still praying for Ben and sending energy out, and anybody else who's doing it, because his little tumor on his right thigh has grown a little bit, and we may have to get it off, but I'm hoping and praying that everything's going to be okay. Sorry, I just can't get comfortable today. Um, Kind of interesting. I got this fortune cookie last night. We had Chinese food, and it says, I would rather attempt something great and fail than attempt to do nothing and succeed. Absolutely. I'm just wondering how many of you feel that way, right? When I get something in my head, as a coach, I feel like I need to do it and I need to continue forward with it. But there are times that, you're wondering, oh my God, what am I doing? And there are plenty of things that I've tried, and I don't really like the word fail, but there's plenty of things that I've done that halfway through I'm like, I'm just not feeling it anymore. And where some people would force their will or ego and push through it no matter what just to complete it, sometimes you really got to go back inside and see, what am I feeling about this? Am I passionate still about it? What am I passionate about? So if there's something that you want to dump, let it go, even if you put work into it. Look to see where's your vibration around it, where's your passion, all of that. That's an important piece. And if you're still passionate about it, big green light, keep going. And sometimes we do things and we don't make a lot of money from them. And not that anything or everything is about money, because it's not. But sometimes people write a book and they end up giving out more of the copies to their friends and things. And they make very little from it, all the time and energy, but it's an accomplishment that they wanted to do, and I totally get that. In fact, someday I will be completing my book that I keep starting, and being a Virgo, there's those parts of me that I feel, it's not perfect. And it's one of those things that I'm getting to, like, who cares? Let me just do what I need to do, because I would like to get my story out from way back. And hopefully it'll be more for me to just inspire people that wherever you are on the wheel of things, that, when you look back, you can feel very successful about a lot of things in your life, whether it's about being a good mother or a good wife or good husband or whatever it is. It is really about you feeling pride and taking pride in accomplishing something that you're absolutely excited about. So don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till we run out of time. How many people have passed and wished, if only I had another year to, to be with my family or to accomplish something, and then they run out of time. And none of us know when that energy is knocking at our door. So it's really important to go back inside your heart, get into the passion, and find out, is this something I still want to do or accomplish it? And then the other question is, am I doing it for me, or am I doing it for someone else? And sometimes it's both. I remember I started, I had a grandmother's book that I got, as my grandkids were older. I think my granddaughter was probably about 17 or something. And I saw it at a Hallmark store, and I bought it. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to fill this out, because they're all prompted questions. And I thought one of the big regrets I have about my mom passing is that there was plenty I didn't know about her growing up and things. And I thought what I would give to have that one more conversation with her. And I'm sure you all feel that with a loved one or a friend who has passed, that if I just could have asked this question and known how they felt about this or that. And, and then there was part of me saying, well, maybe I should just leave it for when I'm gone. So I don't have to put anything embarrassing on there. I could just imagine my granddaughter rolling her eyes about it. But anyways, I think it's important to leave information behind. And even with ancestors, how many of us know a lot about our ancestors, right? So I think it's really good to ask those questions and to know, especially, if someone knows that they have a disease and they're going or whatever, ask those questions so you don't have to wonder when it's too late. All right, enough of that. So we're going to look at this up and coming week. And this is from the Empowered Heart Magdalene Speaks deck by Christina Alexandria. There we go. All right. So we are going to dig in. What does Spirit want us to know about the up and coming week? The Mother. Allow her presence to nurture, love, and cherish you. And all these cards just have the writing with her symbolism on it. And it's really interesting because this symbol at the top kind of looks like a plume of some kind. We saw all through France with Mary Magdalene. Her symbol was that and an anchor. It's so funny how it was an anchor. So wherever you found the anchor, you knew it was about Magdalene. Okay, the Mother. Let me find this. Hopefully we have a index in here. Oh no. Yeah, that symbol, I forgot, is the fleur de lis, or however you say it. All right. Let's see if I can find this. When I create my deck, it's going to have an index. That's what I'm telling you. Sorry it's taken me so long. Here we are. Okay. It says the quintessential mother is the card you hold in your hand. You are no longer the maid and not yet the crone. There is still much to learn as you mature and experience life. Be ever gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to learn, make mistakes, and remember to laugh often. The Mother brings with her a sense of humor, for she knows without a doubt that nothing human has been made perfect. Nothing. She cherishes the flaws, for she knows they make up the whole, which is beautiful. She cherishes, why can't I say that today? She cherishes the cracks, for within those cracks, love seeps in ever deeper to take up residence. The Mother is present within you now to support and hold you close as you two learn through life and learn through the truest form of love. Isn't that the truth? The truest form of love is the love from a mother most of the time. I can almost hear people going, well, my mother wasn't like that. Well, hopefully most of you had a good mother, whether she's here or not here. And it's telling us to be kind with ourselves for the week. All right. And then we're going into Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle. What we want to know for the upcoming week in July. The reunion, soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, and friendship. So, let me show you the card. It's a beautiful card. And to me, just with what it says, the reunion, we have to remember that what comes to me is that at one point we all came from one. And we wanted to know what it would be like to be in this place of being different, seeing the many expressions of creativity and uniqueness down here. And so when I look at this card with all the people on it, that's what it reminds me of. The rose is the divine feminine connection, and that we all broke off from that at one time. So let's see what this has to say. It says, this current period in history has been spoken of by mystics throughout the ages, and you chose to incarnate right in the middle of it. You didn't do so alone. We came here in waves with joint soul missions. Isn't that the truth? You were never meant to walk this life alone. It's time to come back together, to remember that we're not in competition. Rather, we hold keys for each other. This is the way of the rose, to bloom bravely, regardless of what others are doing, and not to be threatened when others do this alongside you. The rose doesn't open and close according to who's walking by. She reveals her beauty to the world without waver. You're here to do that too. There are people who at a soul level chose to walk alongside you, but for them to find you, you must first let them see you. Reveal yourself to the world. Open your heart and mind to collaboration rather than competition. We've talked about that before. So many of us, particularly those who identify as women, have learned to be mistrustful of one another, as if we're in competition. This card comes with a message of collaborations, partnerships, and friendships. A confirmation that one or more people are entering your life, or it could be a sign that you're being called to co-create on a project with someone you already know. Decide to bloom together. You are all one. It says, I release any old programming of competition. I open myself up to relationships and collaborations. It's safe for me to trust and co-create. It's safe for me to speak clearly. It's safe for me to set clear boundaries and collaborate. Yes, because a reunion, we once all knew each other on the other planes, and, you know, the ones that push your buttons the most, as I say, are those divine angels with a mask on. All right, the next is The Secret Language of Light from Denise Jarvie. What do you want to tell us? These cards are big. All right. Up and coming week of July. There is only light. Well, isn't that the truth? Look at how beautiful this artwork is. There is only light coming from all different directions. On a good day, we remember that, right? And on a bad day, we're like, oh my God, what am I doing here? But especially lately, I've really learned that I need to stop. You know, we all complain from time to time, but I really want to count my blessings, and most of the time I'm in a good space, but every now and then it all gangs up on me and I'm like everybody else. But this card just reminds me of the person is sitting under a pyramid and they're getting blasted in every direction with light. And we have to remember that. We are the light. So this week, to remember that the light is all around us and it's important. Because if we forget that, that's when everything goes wrong, right? Darkness is just an absence of light. Light is sought after and extraordinary. We seek clarity of light, a lightness of being, and light bulb moments. Light passes the analytical mind and takes us straight into loving wisdom. It is time for you to step into your shining light. Be illuminated. Let the light in. Today is the day to release any disturbances in your energy. Happiness will come naturally, unless you do something to prevent it from happening. Release all that is stopping happiness from flowing into your world, and it will appear before you. Isn't that the truth? Think about that. Release all that is stopping happiness from flowing. Complaining, right? When we complain, that's what happens. If we focus on lower vibrational things or drama or repeating things that are not positive, or watching TV or the news that's not positive, That's what happens. Until you realize this, you remain connected to the belief that struggle is a requirement, perhaps more respected, lesson laden path. We often take on the belief that if we struggle, others will think more of us and we will appreciate things more. When you go against your soul, you move away from your brightness. The darkness is a sign that it's time to feel your way back into your heart and soul. Isn't that true? And for me, one of the things that helps so much is that if I get into a place of like, say I'm in a bad mood or whatever, what happens is if I get out in nature, I go for a walk, two things, either something to do with nature, including animals, spending time with your animals, or music. Put on your great music and that will shift you out of that path. All right, the next one is Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Byron Reed. We love her stuff. And she's done so many decks. All right, what's up and coming for everybody watching for this next week? Wow. All right, 3 cards flew out. I'm not going to read them all. I'm going to, okay. I feel like the top one is the one, but the other 2 are Earth Magic. And so as I look at this card, there's someone barefoot doing grounding. She's walking on the earth, she's grounding, she's feeling the elements and the light come right through her feet. So this week, get outside, get barefoot, walk on the beach, walk on the sand, walk on the grass, ground yourself. And the other one is called the Royal You. And as I look at this card, there's a crown, a tiara here, and it's all gold, and gold is the highest color. And then we have a beautiful flower in full bloom. So to me, this is saying, honor who you already are. You know, so many times we have to look for, if only I was there, if only I accomplished this, and we don't see everything we already are. So every now and then, check in and say, wow, I am royal. And this one says exposed and revealed. Very interesting. As I look at this, the eyes wide open and can see very, very clearly. So if there's things you were wondering about, it looks like you can ask for clarity about them this week. It says healing, shame, the imposter syndrome, letting go of self-condemnation, freedom from past unresolved wounds, focus on your self-worth, the underlying beauty in rejection. When you've experienced shame, you don't just feel you've done something wrong, you feel like you are wrong, fundamentally flawed. Know that life loves you and the universe doesn't make junk, only magic. However, many social interactions, especially online, are steeped in distorted, unhealthy ways of expressing pain by shaming. Here is the way out of this. You see shame as the heart-wrenching cry for help that it is. Consider whether you could have been triggered in the outer world by unresolved issues that matched all your inner pain points. If someone is shaming you, perhaps you have triggered them. How miserable they must be to expend their energy on toxicity. They are drinking poison, hoping you will get sick. You cannot love someone out of their shame. You can only show compassion for both them and yourself. Set a healthy boundary and refuse to fan the flames. Look upon shame as an opportunity for growth, evolution, healing, and freedom. With this in mind, can you let go of your attachment to control? Admit that this emotion isn't something you have power over and surrender to a higher power. There is a sacred quality to the vulnerability inherent in admitting you can't do it alone. When you allow yourself to be laid open in this way, you gain a beautiful new perspective. Then the healed shame has the infinite power of the divine to set you free. Wow. And you know, what came to me when I was reading that is this whole Johnny Depp case that was going on. I knew, I really knew that he was innocent about hitting her, although everybody has their own problems, right? We all do. But I can't believe that she is continuing to go on talk shows and claim all of this. And you know what? I have been praying for her because I believe Johnny is going to move on with his life and be, you know, where he needs to be. But obviously there's something going on here that need to shout from the heavens and all of that. So it's important not to send negative energy out, even if people are sending it to us. You know, not everybody, I was telling this to a client the other day. She said, I'm so nice. I really am. And I try to do all the right things. And there's people that still don't like me. I'm like, welcome to Earth. Doesn't matter. Some people, you're just triggering them. It reminds them of something that somebody else once did to them. So just know that. So this week, just a reminder, be kind. Let the qualities of the best mother be treated within yourself. And knowing that whoever's around you is part of the plan of cleaning this earth up right now, to be in that space and let the light in. Let it in. You know, it's funny. You always see, or at least I see Ben, there's a certain window that early in the morning the sunlight just shines on the rug, and he goes to that one spot every morning, lays in it. It's like he's saying, okay, I'm going to be on duty today. I got to just fill up with light. And he loves it. He starts making that crazy noise that some of you people have heard that have been here for classes. It's like, rah, 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 you know, like he's just taking it in. Get outside, get some earth energy into your feet. And remember, you are perfect just the way you are. And when something happens and gets exposed, forgive yourself if it's from you or if it's another. Sometimes you have to sit with it a bit, but forgive the other person as well and know that you are loved no matter what. There's not a being up there pointing fingers and going, you know what, you lied once, you know, or you did this. We all do things we're sorry for at one time or another. So I love every one of you, even the ones I don't know that are watching. And I hope you have the most fabulous week ever. Mwah! Love you guys.